So this is a video that I've been sort of planning to do for a while now, and I think now is a good time to do it as we're sort of in that part of the season, specifically the off season, where it's a little bit slower when it comes to NFL news. Free agency is over, the NFL draft is over, so this is a good time to sort of talk about some topics that are football related, of course, but a little bit more outside the box. Now, for this video, I'm going to be talking about clothing line partnerships that the NFL has. So what do I mean by that specifically? So as you can see in the background, we have a photo of Patrick Mahomes wearing a sweater that is a Hugo Boss and NFL collaboration. Now, as we all know that in regards to clothing brands, specifically sportswear, the big partnership that NFL has is with Nike because they're the official sponsor of NFL jerseys and any apparel and any team equipment. Nike is the official sponsor of the NFL. But I think that the NFL did a really good job, and it was a smart idea for them to do a collaboration with a designer brand like Hugo Boss. And for those of you that don't know, it's a German brand. And the significance of that is the fact that one of the growing markets for the NFL and the sport of American football is Germany. I believe outside of England, it is the number 2 market in Europe for the NFL. There's a reason why the NFL is trying to push regular season games in Germany the last couple of seasons. There's a lot of potential there, and the population there is definitely interested in the sport. Now, doing a collaboration with a brand like Hugo Boss that not only is recognized in Europe but internationally as well, I think is a great way to attract people who are not football fans or at most are casual football fans. It gives them another reason or a reason to follow the sport of football. And I think it's a great way to also market the players, specifically the star players of the NFL, and it's good for their brand from an international standpoint as well, because for the most part, outside of the United States, most people in other countries don't really recognize NFL players. They don't really have the brand recognition that, let's say, NBA players have in other countries, because football's global reach hasn't quite gone to the level of a sport like basketball, for instance. But I think that this is something that the NFL should continue to do. We've seen them do this in other areas. For instance, the simulcast that they've done with Nickelodeon for regular season games and even playoff games. It's an attempt to try and attract, in that case, specifically a younger audience and people and kids, I should say, that aren't necessarily football fans. So I think that the NFL they're very good at trying new things, and I think this is something that they should continue to monitor going forward. I think it's a great idea, and they should get involved in some other areas that could potentially help the growth of the brand of the NFL and the sport as a whole. Now, I want to hear from football fans in the comment section down below, and I also want to hear from people that aren't necessarily big NFL fans or just casual football fans. What are your thoughts on the NFL's partnerships with a designer brand like Hugo Boss? Do you think it's a good idea? What are some other companies and brands you think that the NFL should do a collaboration and partnership with?